few months ago, me and 3 of my girlfriends formed our very first indie studio together called CozyCat Games. And we've been developing our very first game, which is a cozy baking game called Madame Fifi's Bakery. We are doing it because we are a part of a video game design program, which has been 2 years long, and we are in the final semester of it. And the goal for the program was to eventually be able to have all the skills necessary to make our own game. And we've come to that point. We've been developing and we've been sharing a little bit of the behind the scenes here and on TikTok. And today I have enough content to really show you guys an early look at the concept art and some of the designs that we've been going for. In our team, we are 1 programmer, 1 producer marketer, which is myself, and then 2 artists. One of the artists is also a game designer. So our 2 main artists are focusing a lot on the backgrounds, on the characters, on the pastry, and guys, let me tell you, this art, oh my gosh, I can't wait to play the game myself, and I already know what all of it pretty much is. Like, it's gorgeous. So I'm gonna look today with you guys at the character art, at the pastry art, and at some of the environment. And while I explain to you the art, I get to explain a bit of the game mechanics, but I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I want to leave you guys, anticipating some stuff. Also, all of this is like subject to change. Obviously, we're very early in the development process. So without further ado, let's hop into the character art. Okay, so in Madame Fifi's Bakery, you play as Madame Fifi. And she has a base design as a friendly cat woman. She is in her mid-30s, early 40s kind of thing. And she's come from the big city with her big job. And she has to inherit her grandmother's bakery once her grandmother passes away. So she has this look of, someone that's like trying to fit in her grandmother's shoes. They're big shoes to fill. Everyone in the village loved her grandmother, and now she has to take over. So she has a base design, and we've iterated it over quite a few times. But every time that I've showed her design on TikTok, I've had a lot of people asking if there is character customizability options. So we were thinking about it, and to be honest with you, if we do decide to implement character customizability, it would be minor things, such as the outfit that she wears, or maybe her hat or something like that, because it's Madame Fifi's Bakery. It's not like, it's an insert, but it's a narrative game, and the main character has to be recognizable because it's always the same main character. A lot of people compare our game to Stardew Valley because, you're moving to inherit the grandparents' old property, but it's different than Stardew because it is like you are Madame Fifi, you are a set person. Like, it's not like you get to choose your own name. As I mentioned, many customers come to Madame Fifi's Bakery, and all of these customers knew who her grandmother was beforehand. We have a few customer ideas so far. I was asking for your guys' input on TikTok, and I took many of the comments into account. Actually, we all looked through them. We had so much fun looking. A lot of you guys had some really fun suggestions. So the idea with the customers is they all have different taste preferences, and you have to take these into account. Well, you have to discover what the preferences are first, and they're going to kind of be told to you through the dialogue a little bit. You're going to be given hints here and there, but they're not going to be explicitly told to you. So I'm not going to tell you what these customers' taste preferences are. I'm just going to give you a bit of the description of their character. And like I said, these are all subject to change. So far, our very first character that we introduced was Darla, and she is a gardener rabbit. We have a few different variations of the colors that we want to go to, but she's very sweet and caring, and she has a greenhouse. So she loves to share with the other townspeople, and she's very generous, very kind. Then we have Malay. He is a Hawaiian porcupine, and he's a rock star as well. So he's really cool. He's got this cool mohawk going on here. He's very short, but he's got a big personality, and he loves the Hawaiian culture, and obviously that's his home. So he's very relaxed, very sweet, very kind, he's very relaxed, but also eccentric. It's fun. Then we have the adorable Timothy, I think we're going for as the name. We had Chippy as an option at a certain point, or Chip. We were kind of varying, but Timothy is the name I'm gonna go for right now, and he is a carpenter chipmunk, and he is absolutely adorable. He loves to help out as well, and he is a very hardworking chipmunk. very much doing his duty. And lastly over here, I get to introduce you guys to the beautiful, beautiful Jasmine, who is a dear florist. And one of the backstories that the artist who actually created her design came up with was that she was gifted so many flowers by all of her admirers that she had to open a flower shop so that she could give them back because she had too many for herself, which I just absolutely love that story. It shows, you know, how admired she is by everyone else, but how she just wants to give back and how caring and loving she is towards everyone else. So she is going to be the tallest character that we have so far because it's based off of like the actual animal sizes. So yeah, so these are some of the characters that will be potentially visiting you in your bakery. So now let's talk about some of the pastries and the treats that you can make for the customers in the bakery. So honestly, walking around and looking at pastry shops and bakeries has now become research for me and for the rest of us at CozyCat Games. We go into different pastries and we taste test very often. So it's really a fun time. That's my favorite part of the job. So at the beginning, we had initially had to make a vertical slice as part of our video game design program. What a vertical slice is basically, you can think of it as a vertical slice of a cake, where you have all of the different parts of your game concept so you can really test it out. So what we had was basically from A to Z, you had to make a cupcake, a chocolate chip cupcake. So you had to cut up the chocolate chips, you had to mix everything together, you had to retrieve the ingredients from the kitchen, and then you had to bake it in the oven, and then you got to decorate it any way you want. And we had a lot of people have fun with that. Here are some designs that people created last semester. But that early concept art, we kind of shifted away from that style a bit over this semester. And here are some of the new concept arts for the different pastries that we want to create. So basically the idea with the pastries is, like I said, all of the customers have different taste preferences, and you're going to be told not explicitly what the recipes are. You're going to have maybe a few guides here and there, but a lot of it is going to be really creative and really experimental. Kind of like you can think of the baking mechanic or the cooking mechanic in Breath of the Wild, where you just take whatever you want and you kind of throw it together and see what happens, but it's going to be a bit more guided than that, and obviously you're going to be more involved in the actual baking. But it's going to be very fun and experimental, and you have to match certain taste parameters like sweetness, sourness, bitterness, saltiness, everything. We had the art for the cutting, for the mixing, for the baking, and for the final result of the cupcake. And yeah, so we've shifted away from that. And now with this new concept art, we have two final designs, or I mean, you know, tentative final designs that we have. So the first one I get to show you is inspired by Timothy, the chipmunk carpenter that I introduced you guys to earlier. It's the chou au noix, and it has this amazing filling inside. And I just love the design. It looks so edible and just like, I just want to like eat it, you know? And then we also have inspired by a bit by Malay and a bit by Jasmine, the blossoms. So these are inspired by these like sakura blossoms that our artists found and actually have tried. They're kind of like filled with different fillings, different fruit fillings that you can have. So this is kind of the art style that we're going for with the finished product. Let me know what you guys think about these ideas as well, because we really take into account your ideas in the development process, because at the end of the day, you guys are going to be the one who are enjoying the game. So we want to make it as tailored to you as possible. Obviously, we want to enjoy making it, but you guys in the end are the people who are going to be consuming it. I'm so funny. All right. Okay, so lastly, I want to talk to you guys about the actual kitchen layout. So like I mentioned in passing, we have 4 stations. We have the cutting station, we have the mixing, we have the baking, and the decorating. And we have this entire view of the kitchen here, this gorgeous concept art that I really think explains well what the structure that we're going for is like. Initially last semester, this is the concept art that I made, or the actual final art that I made, but I don't really like the style, and I think we're gonna go a little bit in a different direction. The idea is that you can click into each station, and once you click into that station, you do the task. And also, we have a pantry and a fridge. Initially, we just had that in the same area where you click into it and you get it, but seeing as bakeries really require a lot of like flour, eggs, everything, we thought that maybe it'd be better to have a whole separate pantry room. So that's also something that we're concepting. So yeah. So that's all the concept art that I have available to show you guys at this moment. We still have some more, but I didn't really want to like share everything, just the stuff that we're more final about. But yeah, so honestly, a lot of it is thanks to you guys on TikTok mostly. I post as like our artists make it, I post it like right away. So if you want like really soon and really like quick updates on what we're currently up to and what we're currently developing, check us out on TikTok. I really have so much fun talking with you guys in the comment section there too. You guys are really funny. Follow us along on TikTok or here. Here I do definitely more of cozy gaming recommendations and other cozy games in the cozy niche. But I also started doing cozy vlogs as well. Just a ton of cozy content, like everything you can imagine. We're just kind of doing everything. So TikTok's more for development, YouTube it's more for the cozy gaming niche, trying to go more into the development. But yeah, we're having such a blast making this game, guys. I cannot even tell you, this is my dream job, like making video games, and I could not imagine like a better team. Not only the small team size that we're like all friends and we all can like communicate with each other, but also that it's all women. It's so relatable for us. Like we just have like the closest like relationship, and it's so fun. So this is such a blessing. It's so much fun. Let us know any suggestions you have. I read all of the comments. I try to reply to all of them, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, have a great day.